Welcome to the after show of Soul Star Live. You know, we're going to take a little minute to let the guests, you know what I'm saying? You got to debrief, you got to wash it off. Man. That was a good show. Thank y'all so much for coming on.
Hey,
I know we was getting it in a little bit about Miss Tina Turner's man.
Right.
Yeah.
I drew a picture of him.
You got one? Yeah, you got a nice little picture of Ike, man. Let me see.
No, man. We can't go too close. You know, it just looked like it from far away.
Yeah. So reminiscent of it. But I just mentioned he was good at what he did. You know what I'm saying? He was just
not
good
what you said.
I said he's a good guy.
Exactly what you
I
said.
just say he's a good guy because I don't really know him that well. I can't judge him as a bad guy. I don't really be throwing
Say it
people.
like this.
If you can't judge him as bad, how can you judge him as good?
We don't judge. We just say he was part of the story.
He was
There you go. It's part of the narrative. You said a very important part of the narrative. That's excellent.
Yeah.
See, on an artist, there you go.
Yeah. And you know, he probably had some trauma of his own.
Oh,
I mean, most likely, if he was getting beat up and stuff, he probably learned the language of beating up.
Going through trauma does not give you a license to then inflict trauma. You can't do that. I mean,
so just because I went through the trauma
does not mean that you now can just put it on everybody else. It
Well,
doesn't work that way. You have to learn, you know, how to you know, manage and heal from your own trauma and become a productive part of this, you know, community. You can't just go around just tearing everybody down.
Just beating everybody up.
Know, there's a lot of stuff I could, you know,
We
go
need
around
somebody to
inflicting
teach
some
that to
pain.
some cats. Because the issue is we didn't have. I definitely don't think there was a resource for that then.
No.
I wouldn't be.
Yeah. I mean, even now, with you know, as much information is out there, we still don't necessarily have those resources for people to really be, you know, authentic and really share and really heal.
Well, that's the next show then.
That's the next part where we try to get the healing in.
Hey.
We try to get the healing in.
I don't know. The scary thing about what you guys are saying though is that there's a culture that actually enjoys and empowers that type of behavior. I mean, all you gotta do is watch it. How many people go and watch these backyard fights?
Right.
Watching these kids getting jumped.
World Star.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So there is a culture that enjoys watching someone strong beat on someone weak, so called. So they don't care if it's male, female, young, old, none of that. There's a culture that just and I'm not talking MMA. We ain't talking boxing.
Yeah,
There's a group that enjoys that dynamic, and it's a bit. You know, it's something we need to look into and find out how we can help those.
That's why they got that stimulus, because it's all about the stimuli. You know,
absolutely.
I saw, you know, when I was teaching, I saw, you know, groups of kids. They would huddle around to see a fight or something on World
Or just look at it online, yeah.
And you can see how captivated they are with it. But for me, like, I can't watch it because it hurts.
Yeah, right.
It just hurts to see somebody just get beat up.
But our value system was different. It doesn't. I know we say that a lot because we're older, but like when we saw a fight, it was supposed to be one-on-one. You don't jump.
Yeah.
That's a punk move.
Yeah.
Now that's an okay thing to do.
To jump
for people to beat up on somebody, or a sixth grader beat up a second grader. Who would ever do that in our day and time? We would never do that.
Right.
No.
They think that's funny now.
Yeah.
Look at the little kid falling. You see how they laugh.
They're laughing
There's
at the pain of something.
See, it's because so many of these kids, they are, you know, they're desensitized because they don't have real life experiences. Everything is, you know, behind some sort of screen for them. It's just like it's on TV, it's the video game, it's the phone. So nothing is real. It's like us, you know, we talk about being a different time. We're watching, you know, Tom and Jerry and all these people, and it's like anvils are dropping, people are going off cliffs, and that's funny, even though it's in real life that would not be funny. But see, for them, even though, you know, it's just like the animation got better. We know it's real life, but to them, it's just the graphics are better.
No, I would agree. Wow. The CGI became the animation that we saw.
So now, now it's like they don't think, they don't realize there are real consequences for real people.
But then also remember cartoons used to have lessons behind them. A real true script. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just super hyper active thoughts just thrown into a script.
It was an actual narrative. It was a narrative.
So you could just get away with just saying any type of thing. Just, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and I see it a whole lot with a whole lot of scripting. I mean, it wasn't all romanticized. You know, everything was about hooking up with the next character. But in many shows, you have that same script going over and over again now. So, you know, so I mean, kids are exposed to a whole lot of stuff that we didn't have to be exposed to.
You gotta save the babies.
Well, we have to redefine what it means to be a character. You know, so like you may have a characteristic, but you are not a character.
All All
You
right.
know, because like so
All right.
you might be funny,
Yeah, yeah.
but that doesn't mean you have to be a funny guy everywhere. You know, walk around cracking
Yeah.
jokes all the time.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a time for that.
Yeah.
And so I think part of what we saw in storytelling back in the days, we saw an arc. I don't care if it was some like watching the Jeffersons. There was always an arc. We always knew there was gonna be some jokes. We kind of knew there was an arc to it.
Mhm.
Now you don't know what you're watching.
Yeah.
Right.
You just turn. You're like, I don't know where this show is
It's
going. I
just
guess
a
they
lot,
just do stuff.
Yeah, a lot of shock value. And a lot
Absolutely.
Of just
Shock
extra, just
value.
to keep people
Right,
entertained.
right.
It's just more for.
And as y'all
entertainment's sake,
saying all this, I'm just
story's
thinking of
sake.
CNN, just like the Cartoon Network, man. I'm just
Yeah.
thinking of what all the
Simpsons,
those things
Family
are,
Guy,
right?
all this stuff. Those not even.
Right,
it's not
Gumball.
even-
I mean, things just like Gumball and like
Oh,
Teen
yeah.
Titans and just the everyday shows. Just think how many times you see even buttocks and
Yeah.
farting or you know what I'm saying, stuff like that.
Or
And think about when did you ever see that with the cartoons? You know, besides like maybe somebody getting a swat or whatever. Tom and Jerry once again getting a
Yeah.
swat through the fence.
Yeah.
Something like that. But other than that, though, you didn't talk about those body parts. You didn't do that. But now, Teen Titans especially, I mean, they do a booty twerk.
The cartoon is
oh,
twerking?
the cartoons. Off the chain.
I can't.
Nothing is sacred anymore. There's no off limits.
Nothing
Everything
is
is
sacred,
everything
yeah.
is game.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
and it's a spooky place to be in because like back then we were watching stuff like maybe the most wild out thing you saw was like Thundercats or Voltron. Wow,
Yeah,
they're gonna
yeah,
so like the power like so that was as fantastic as it got.
Yeah.
The Jetsons maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
But even still, there was always an arc.
Yeah.
Now it's just content. As much content as we can get out, as gross as we can get, as much shock value as you
Yeah,
can get,
yeah.
so we can get ratings. And again, we lost. So we go back to that question we asked
Right.
originally: what are you really trying to do? So it sounds like their thing is audience.
Mm.
They're all about audience.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not about content or context or even just did I feel good about what I produced. It's just hey, it stayed on. It's got ratings. I got
Yeah.
staying power.
Somebody
got
you gotta
money.
click. Somebody,
Right.
yeah.
Somebody
And
gotta
I guess
click.
even we talk about
That's
things
scary.
like that, even just like clickbait, how that's even a term. Like
Oh,
these
yeah.
sensational
Yeah.
headlines and these things that people do, the photos that people will pair with a headline just to get people
Just
to
get the
drive
click.
traffic. And
Get the
it's
click.
just, yeah.
Yeah. You're trying to bait us in.
Even the other day, I was just reading something, and I don't even remember what it was about, but the part that stuck out to me was the way the person shared it. It had a link to something she was doing and a link to something her daughter did. So it was like people were like, "Oh, I'm sharing this tip," but really what they were doing was driving, traffic
towards the
to
other
her and
side.
her daughter.
Yeah.
Well, that's where we live at, this desensitized society. We got to fight against it. That's why you got to tune in to the after show every single time. I want to thank my guest and my co-host. Man, we gonna keep it going. So next time, tune in, Soul Star Live, the after show, so you can get the good nitty gritty, the stuff we might not be able to say on the radio. Peace and God bless.
Yeah.